Hi everyone, Comic Reviewer here. This time reviewing on Spy Kids 2, The Island of Lost Dreams. Now, as you know, The Island of Lost Dreams is a 2002 spy action comedy film that was once again created by Robert Rodriguez, and the first film that I did review of his, Spy Kids. And keep in mind that, while Spy Kids was meant to start off the sort of spy genre, and keep in mind Spy Kids 2 was still trying to be like that, it just feels a little lackluster, and at the same time a bit of a dumpster fire. So the premise of the film is meant to feature how the OSS has now done a Spy Kids sort of division for children. We kind of see how, Carmen and Junie have now become level 2 agents, and at the same time, we see them also dealing with Gary and Gatty, who are meant to be the children of Donegan Giggles. And I would say the point of their characters are meant to be sort of mixed counterparts to Carmen and Janine. And we kind of see how, after a sort of staged attack that happened, we kind of see how, Junie is kind of blamed for the theft, and we kind of see how he kind of gets quickly treated like an outcast by the OSS. And we kind of see how, both Carmen and Janine try to put the pieces together and learn about a sort of mysterious island and what's really going on. I think the film has a good idea, showing how Carmen and Janine do have the kind of skills to be the proper spies, but it's kind of clear that, you can tell both their parents are kind of worried about them sort of putting themselves in danger. And I think the biggest problem, I would say, is doing the twist villains. Like, we automatically know that, Donegan Giggles is gonna be the bad guy. We obviously know that some twists are gonna come out of nowhere that feel way too enforced. And I think there is a good idea deep down. I just think, what the film was trying to do was mix Spy Kids with basically with a sort of fantasy island story. And I think, for the most part, why I give the film credit is kind of showing how, I think it's also showing how, Carmen and Janine's parents are also meant to kind of deal with Carmen and Janine's mum's sort of parents, who Antonio Banderas' character is meant to sort of dislike. And you can tell they both have hard times sort of getting along with each other. And I kind of think, having a fantasy island story does work. And this does remind me a bit like Totally Spies, where they could sort of change some of the stories and kind of fix itself. And like I said, I think when you do kind of have, I would say, having Janine's at near the end sort of resigning due to his own personal treatment that he received after being framed, this does feel relatable. Because, imagine being treated like the box man to the group, being treated like an outsider, and you sort of wanting to go sort of freelance makes sense. It shows you at least taking careful steps and no longer wanting to work or do something that you feel mistreated you. And I kind of think, like I said, I think as well, when you also do have, I think when you do have the other creatures on the island, it also makes sense. It's showing you the kind of creatures, other monsters, and the things from the genre. And I think when you do have the island's creator, Romero, I think his character works because, I do seem a bit like Carmen and Janine's father, as well as Donald Giggles. I mean, unlike them, you can tell he was at first afraid of what he created, but then got to know them better. And I think his lines when he talks about God being afraid of what he created make sense, because, imagine you working on something only to become afraid of it and just wondered if it was for the right intentions. And I think, yeah, well, Spy Kids 2 The Island of Lost Dreams is an okayish film. It just feels like it really tries to put the whole twist villain thing a bit in the wrong place, and some characters feel like they get off a little too easy. But I think this film definitely deserves thumbs in the middle. Well, it's not bad, not great. I think this one damaged the first one to some extent, but still having the spy gadgets and everything else. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.